Well, our Andreas Ag Academy, we founded it in 2018 with the purpose of introducing kids to all the jobs in agriculture, particularly here in the area with ADM and Caterpillar and Tate Lyle. And it really just took off. We had a couple hundred kids the first year, and we're at 465 kids this year. And so it grew so quickly that we outgrew our facilities at the high school, and it became apparent that we need something else. And as he has done, Mr. Buffett stepped up and really said, what do you need? And let's design this facility specifically to meet the needs of your students.
We were just absolutely bursting at the seams. Our program has absolutely grown in the 5 years that we've been here. And, I know especially at Eisenhower, I teach in a small classroom. Mr. Davison is teaching in a smaller kind of science-based classroom. And we literally are just busting at the seams trying to find space for our students to do activities because we like to keep our curriculum hands-on. And so having this amount of space and a new facility for our students to participate in the program was absolutely essential.
Yeah, it's hard. I teach currently in a classroom that was designed to be a science lab, and so it works really well for our biology classes where we're teaching about animals and plants. But when we get into some of the other pathways of agriculture with the mechanical and the technical side and small engines, there's just not the space because the building that Eisenhower wasn't really designed for that type of environment and those types of classes.
So we announced that the building was going to go up last February, and they started the groundbreaking pretty quickly, started the grading and dirt work, and then they actually started construction in May, and it's moved along really quickly, much more quickly than I envisioned, actually.
Right when it was starting to be built, I remember seeing the frames up, and then it's cool to see the electricity going in and seeing all the plumbers that are coming in and everything like that, and being able to say what we need in each of those spaces. So I spent a lot of time here in the mechanic shop working with the engineers and the electricians and things like that about what do I need to fulfill the tools and the machines that are going to be in this room that our students are going to be using. So it's cool to now see my vision coming together, especially with like our welding equipment, and ventilation has been a big thing, and making sure the kids are going to be safe in all of these spaces, whether that be in the arena or the horticulture lab.
So on the first floor we have a horticulture room, we'll have a greenhouse outside that's been provided by some private donors as well. We've got an ag mechanics shop down here. And then we've got a meeting space where we'll be able to have groups in. We've got screens and a stage. So there'll be a lot of unique space. We've got office space for both of our high schools for our instructors to be here. Upstairs we'll have 2 food science labs and a large classroom that's just a general classroom space. But out here we'll be able to do animal science, food science, horticulture. And these will be generally our upper level students, our juniors and seniors, some sophomores probably depending on the classes, but our kids get to pick a pathway in agriculture that appeals to them, whether that's ag mechanics or animal science, plant science. I think we're going to get into turf management here shortly. There are a lot of fields that intersect, and this will give us enough space to accommodate as many kids as we want.
It's everything that you could possibly ask for as a student in an FAFA program, and I see that with the mechanics shop, but I also see it everywhere else around here.
Well, we've seen a lot of issues when it comes to the fact that we're very diversified and we're very, We're very inner city chapter. We don't have access to a lot of the resources that these outer city chapters have, and that was the whole idea of this building. It will greatly benefit the students in projects like horticulture, aquaculture, and our food science lab, which we didn't previously have the space for at MacArthur or even Eisenhower, but we're gonna have the opportunity to bring those things to the kids to hopefully get different career opportunities for them.
I've got a big project that I'm not telling anybody about that the students, my current students are excited about. Is what I call a legacy project that hopefully the other students that come through will be able to enjoy in the future. And I envision lots and lots of more projects like that where we're able to reach different generations and other students over time with a facility like this.
Well, I think the one thing that's really going to help next year is what we've instilled are 5 different pathways of agriculture education that these students can choose to learn from. Each of these kids has a different wheelhouse. Just like us as teachers, we have content areas that we really love. So like the mechanics area is mine, and some of the animal stuff too. But we've instilled these 6 different pathways, for students to choose from. So we've got the power and structural, we've got natural resources, we've got agribusiness and leadership, and plant science, and we've got animal science, which is really going to be big because we know a lot of people love those animals. So, and then we've even got a food science pathway that these kids can learn from. So they can dabble with a little bit of everything. And so, you know, tending to a lot of our diverse groups between the two high schools, it was important for us to diversify our programs of education and the FFA programs as well, to meet the needs in the middle.